All right, let's get something straight. Poverty is not your personality. It's not your vibe. It's not your calling. It's not your cross to bear. Stop dressing it up as humility. Stop calling survival a virtue. You weren't born to be a budget in human form. I don't care who told you that struggling is your portion. They were wrong. You have been living in a mindset that was handed to you by fear, failure, and familiarity, not by God. You are not just making it. You are not the broke friend. You are not low maintenance because you hate asking for more. You may be tired. You're tired of shrinking. You're tired of scraping by. You're tired of pretending it is okay to be less than what God made you to be. And it's time to stop lying to yourself. Poverty is not your personality. It is a stronghold. And strongholds are meant to be torn down, not tolerated or celebrated. Yeah, I know. You were raised in it. You didn't ask for it. It shaped your habits, your language, your prayers. But don't confuse conditioning with character. Just because you learn to tiptoe around lack doesn't mean you're married to it. That poverty spirit convinced you that settling was safe. It made you think that dreaming was dangerous. It told you that staying quiet, grateful, and desperate would keep the lights on. But God didn't create you to survive cycles. He created you to break them. You are not here to repeat what you saw growing up. You're not a budget line in someone else's story. You are the one who gets to say, this ends with me. But not if you keep letting fear run your finances. Not if you keep making your negative sense of identity match your income. The devil doesn't need to steal from you then. You're just handing over your inheritance by believing that you are meant to struggle. There's nothing holy about being broke. Stop it. That is not Jesus. That is trauma. You have wrapped your suffering in scriptures God has never given you. You call it stewardship, but you're afraid of overflow. You call it simplicity, but it's avoidance. You call it sacrifice, but it's shame. God doesn't need you broke to prove a point. The enemy loves it when you worship lack. It keeps you distracted, tired, and dependent on crumbs. And you have made an altar out of barely getting by. It is time to tear that idol down. Poverty doesn't make you pure. Struggle doesn't make you sanctified. Obedience does. And obedience means accepting what God actually says about you. That you are blessed, you are favored, you're equipped and trusted with more. He can't multiply what you keep rejecting. You keep saying, I'm not a money person, but God gave you dominion. So why are you still acting like a victim here? Take off the cloak of poverty. It doesn't fit your anointing. Look at your life. Look close. Look at how you manage your time, how you handle your money, how you show up for your calling. Poverty is in the way that you procrastinate because deep down, you do not believe that your efforts matter. It's in the way you undercharge, overwork, and never rest. It's in how you talk yourself out of ideas before they're ever even spoken. You've built routines around fear. You've trained yourself to expect disappointment. And now you have made survival your lifestyle. Stop acting like you are powerless. You're not a prisoner. You're not at the mercy of your paycheck. The same God who multiplied fish and bread is the same God who can multiply whatever is in your hands today. If you would just use it. Stop waiting to feel ready. Stop calling your calling too much. You're too smart to be this stuck. Too cold to keep coasting. You're too anointed to be this broke. Break up with the mindset before it bankrupts your purpose. This isn't just about money. It's about mission. It's about what dies when you don't step up. Every time you agree with lack, someone else stays stuck because you were the answer to their prayer. Every day you shrink, someone misses out on what God planted in you. You keep saying, maybe later. What if the harvest was this year and your mindset delayed it? What if heaven is waiting for you to agree with what God already wrote? You're out here playing small, like the enemy didn't target you because you are the one who has to change everything. Poverty wants your voice silent, your vision dimmed, your faith dulled. But that is enough now. You have to wake up. You weren't born to pay bills and apologize. You were born to build, to lead, to overflow, not for your ego, but for assignment. So stop calling poverty your personality. That is not who you are. That's just who you were. Choose to rise, choose to fight, choose to understand that God has already won.